Okay, happy Thursday, everyone. What's up? Yeah, morning. What's up, Jacob? So we're starting to rotate back down lower. We have we did gap down on the DAX and grounded higher. Now starting to come tip over a little bit. Same as ES and NQ. We are also trading now back underneath previous day's lows. We have definitely taken out that shelf that we were kind of speaking about yesterday on stream. So let's look at the Nasdaq. Let's just remove the drawings. Okay, let's go like that. Let's go to ES as well. We can clearly see that we have been trading since Monday's very bullish close. We've been trading in this kind of like the shelf of here between 755 and 8, call it even 824. So very tight range. But now we've moved down overnight. Okay, yesterday was CPI. Really didn't do much actually into CPI as much as I thought. But we've gapped down overnight and we've pulled back, kind of retesting this level. And I like the shorts today personally. But yeah, it was a very, very tight range for sure. Yeah, Jacob RB played out well for for zinc yesterday. I'm going to be on with zinc again today. But yeah, it's been a good week so far. Let's get up my week. Let's go year to date. Okay, let's get this up. So I had not April, March. I had a winning day yesterday. Let's just go over start my trading day. Okay, I like using TradeZilla. Everything is just all in one place. But I'm going to make a video later on today about one of my recent payouts, showing the dashboard and everything like that. But let's go over yesterday's trading. Okay, Wednesday's trading. As I said, it just has been a very, very tight range. I had quite a few trades yesterday. Actually, I had a little bit long in the London session. I was, live on a stream, so it took a small trade long over there. We were coming off those lows that shelf that we were trading off of, and traded back up towards the daily view app. And then into the session, you guys saw me on stream take these two trades. The first one was a loss. Now I take all these trades live on stream on edgeful, right? I called it out with zinc. I think zinc was looking for shorts, if I'm not mistaken, on ES, but I took these longs on YM. And in hindsight now, going back compared to being able to actually go back and look at the what price action did, it was a tougher trade. I was fighting VWAP, I was fighting the lower highs forming. But yeah, I took this live on stream, as you guys can go back and rewatch that on my channel or on Edgeful's channel. So I took this loss on the first one and then hopped back in as we flushed and then snapped back quite hard. I took it at the 5-minute close there and traded back towards the daily view app. And that's where we actually end up bouncing again and come back down lower. So I think it was a pretty good trade all in all. And then I had a little short scalp later on in the session on very small, trade on that later on in the session on the stream. So these were my main two trades yesterday. The first one being a loss, and then the second one being a winner. That's where the bulk of that 5K P&L comes from. I did take a payout at the start of this week, and I'm hopefully going to lock in some more accounts to get them over the line too. But let's go over today's price action. As I said, I think if you're looking at ES on the 15-minute time frame since Monday's closure, as I said, like it's going to be difficult yet to see what we do. But this is kind of that news Trump tweet fill, that gap fill that we're looking at. I wouldn't be surprised to see us maybe spark down and then move back up. But I mean, if we continue to rotate down on this on the stocks, as well, all Mag 7 stocks are red going into the pre-market. VIX is also trading up 2%, so it's going to be an interesting one. Awesome. Started using edgeful after following zinc for a bit, trading with the proven database that has improved my psychology and trading. That's brilliant. That's what you want to see, right? That is exactly what you want to see. And that's why I love trading with the data as well. So it is going to be an interesting one. I think if we definitely clear these pre-market lows here at 710, we could definitely roll back down into weekly lows, which would be that opening week range report. Let's go like this. That opening week range. Okay, like that. And that would be down back at 641 on ES. We haven't taken the highs or the lows of the Monday and Tuesday open yet. So that has been an interesting week. But if we look at it from a larger perspective, okay, we are actually looking at, let's go like this. So we are looking at session range, Monday to session selection. Yeah, New York. Okay. We are actually looking at a high And now we have been kind of making lower highs. We are also trading underneath that weekly view app as well. So underneath that key weekly view app is pretty interesting too. Let's look at what NQ is actually doing. We are trading at that weekly view, which the weekly view app is the start of week view app, anchored from the start of the week. We're trading at that. I think YM should be trading below it. Yeah, YM actually the weaker index of all three of them so far. What's up, Frank? Good to have you on. Yes, sir. So YM's definitely the weaker index of all three of the main US indexes. We're trading well underneath the weekly view app. ES is trading underneath it. We're bouncing off of it right now. And then NQ is actually trading above it. So it's going to be an interesting one. The DAX is also coming down as well. So going to be an interesting open. In terms of news right now, we don't have any actual planned news. We've got unemployment claims at 2:30, so then the next 15 minutes, but we don't have any news, heavy news into the session. So again, my focus for the day, okay, just one day at a time. Now I'll be live with Zinc for the open, right? So just a heads up. Yeah, so daily game plan. We are under the weekly view app on ES, YM, but trading above it on NQ. We are breaking lower here, pre-market. So ideally, I do like shorts in continuation, but we'll see what happens obviously into the session, right? We'll see what happens into the session. Okay, so then we'll put ES chart like that. I always do like this. So we'll get the ES chart like that. Let's get that up. Any questions in the chat right now, guys? How's your week been? Your guys' aside. But yeah, I think I do like the shorts possibly to fall over back towards those weekly lows. But we'll see what happens, obviously, going into today's session. Perfect. Yeah, so that's my thought process for today. I like the shorts in continuation. I think every single Mag 7 stock here across the board is red. Even on the broader watch list, we are red across most of those assets too. Now we can also see gold is starting to rotate back down too. So going to be definitely going to be an interesting session, that's for sure. Gold rotating back down lower. So yeah, let's see what the session brings. We do have news in 15 minutes, 30 minutes now. So let's keep that in mind. Okay. Any questions in the chat though that we can cover? Yeah. Okay. So still coming back down here on NASDAQ as well. No, thank you for the analysis. Yeah, good. Any questions, always let me know. Let's see what the DAX is doing now too. The DAX rotating lower. Like this. Let's actually get up my... How do you have those multiple charts time frames on at the same time? Let's I can actually show you. Let's go like that. I can show you. It's at the top right here. You go like that and you select 4 like that. So I've called this mine multiple chart 4 layout screen. So you can just select them at the top there, 4, right? Like that. You can choose up to 8. I think my plan, I can go up to that. And then I just have the symbol and crosshair selected. Let me know if that helps. Yeah, 100%, boss man. 100%. Do you also use Trade Syncer for the futures accounts that I'd use? Yes, but I'm mainly trading CFD contracts, right? So that's a good question. So because based in South Africa, I can't trade with Tradeovate as a personal brokerage account that I trade with my own cash and CFD brokerage accounts. I can trade with one or two prop firms like Top One Futures, but majority of the payouts that I take and everything like that, trade my own personal cash on CFDs, and I trade majority with CFD prop firms as well. You guys have seen I've been taking payouts with the FTMO, and that's kind of what I've been focus on right now. Why don't you use Journal for formal Trade Syncer? Because I don't trade really on Trade Syncer. I don't use it as much. If I do copy trade, if I do copy trade, I'm copy trading using Traders Connect, really, because I'm copy trading CFD accounts. Yeah, it's 2:19 South African time or 2:20 now. This is just for pre-market. I'm going to be live with edgeful and my YouTube channel live at the open, and then under later as well. Yeah, 100%. So that's just why I don't use the Trade Syncer journals, because I don't really trade futures as much because I can't trade my personal cash accounts with futures, right? So that don't really make sense. Yeah. Yeah, 100%, boss. Any other questions there, guys? But yeah, so as I said, I definitely think we've been in such a tight range. We do have, in terms of news, we do have news tomorrow as well. Okay, so GDP, that should shake things up as well, and obviously heading into the open. Yeah, I'm just gonna stay vigilant. Like I think one thing that I do well is I don't stick or marry a bias. I'll be okay with flipping my bias or anything like that too. So yeah. As you can see, I think every single Mag 7 stock here is trading down pre-market. That's obviously not looking great. Nvidia looks like we could be forming a higher and maybe rotating back down as well. So that's not looking too great. Do you like prop better than live accounts? I use both. I do like prop firms for scaling though. Like I think prop firms are great for scaling. Personally, I like prop firms better actually than personal cash accounts, especially if you are a newer trader, because you can lose a lot of money in a personal cash account if you don't know what you're doing. Let's just put it that way. Yeah, gold coming back down now too. So we're coming down here into this news event. So 8 more minutes until that news event, and then and then we'll see if we can pick up anything maybe before the open or from there. We do have some golf starting this today too, the Players Championship. So that'll be quite cool. Perfect, guys. I'm going to leave you guys in the next 5 minutes or so if there's no other questions. But that's my plan going into today's open. Again, I think I did speak about this as well. I'm going to make a video on it. But there's been a couple of things that I've been doing well to start off the year. One has been not really trading too much in the first 30 minutes of the open. Two has just been not trying to get the full move. And then keeping it simple, right? You don't need to be in every know where everything's going to be moving and stuff like that. Just take it one good trade at a time. I think so many traders try and find this holy grail trading strategy, and it just never ends up, being the case. There's actually a picture. I think it's this one here. Yeah. If the edge was fully in the strategy, everyone learning it would be banking. That is never the case. The edge isn't you as the trader. It always has been and it always will be. We're talking from discretional trading perspective, obviously. But yeah. Outside day set up today, possibly with high percentage on for draw to upside part. Potentially. Yeah, we are trading as an outside day, maybe a move back up. That's why I'm not too sold on the shorts right now. Because it will open. If we open up where we are now, obviously it's still an hour to the open, but it will be an outside day. We are, however, trading beneath previous day's lows. So if we go to that previous day's range report, okay, let's use the daily time frame on. Let's go to NQ. Okay, we can see that 71% of the time for longs and 70% for shorts in the last 6 months. Let's go to the last month and see how this has actually performed in the last month. 88% for green days, 64% for red days. So it hasn't been too hot for the red days recently, but it's still over 60% of the time. So we'll keep that in mind going into the open. I think that will be, if we hold underneath these pre-market highs, I definitely think we could see lower. But let's see. As I said, news in the next 5 minutes now. But yeah, that outside days report could be in play. As I said, YM and ES are definitely looking more bearish than NQ at the moment, simply because we are trading underneath that weekly view app. That's how I'm kind of just judging that based off the weekly view app is this blue dotted line. Look at YM trading well below it. You can even put the view app suite on too. Let's go like this. You can look over here, view app suite with edgeful, and you can get all these indicators with edgeful, right? You can see we're trading underneath the weekly on YM. But on NQ, we're trading above the weekly. And then ES, we're trading underneath it as well. So you can clearly see that YM is definitely the most bearish of the 3 indexes at the moment. We can update this. It's giving me an opportunity to update. Okay, but we want to turn that off. Yeah, I don't want to have them on. I've already got my own view apps on there. So like that, perfect. So doesn't drive you look crazy when time changes in the USA but not in the UK? I'm not in the UK, so my time never changes. But yeah, I can see it can be a little bit frustrating because normally London Open is 3 a.m. Eastern time. Now it would be basically 4 a.m. because they haven't changed yet. But I'm based in South Africa, so we never change time zones. Cool, guys. We got news, as I said, in 4 minutes time. Let's see what happens from there. And we'll take it one good trade at a time. One good day, one good trade at a time. Have a good one, guys. We'll see you all for the open in the next hour. We are on my YouTube channel as well as the edgeful channel too. So yeah, we'll see you guys all there. Cheers, guys. Have a good one.